So this is more of a doubt clearing session and asking any questions that you have regarding the course and its progress so far. We will be hopefully having another such session after a month. Welcome to this session, and please feel free to ask any questions, and I will try to resolve as many doubts as I have.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. So my name is Rishabh Singh. I am from Chennai.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, do you have any recommendations for a book to practice more problems? Because the problems which you tell us and the problem which are there in the assignment are very much limited to practice. Do you have any suggestions for any book about any Indian author, like any Indian author which you would recommend?
So I do not I haven't looked at any Indian authors per se. The books I recommended are the books I use primarily. But there are many books on sustainable energy related discourses. So you can choose any of these books that you want from Indian authors. They will have similar types of problems as well.
Sir, my name is Divyansh Mishra, and I have a question.
So just 1 second. Initially, who was asking the question? Rishabh, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Have you not been able to get access to the books that was recommended?
Yes, sir. In my library, I do have some books, but the content which I'm studying right now is very much limited. And in these books, like the content is very much on the advanced level. So, like, I have to narrow down each and everything to study. So it becomes
So,
a
for
tedious task.
example, the Energy, Environment, and Sustainability book by Michael Arias,
Yes, sir.
is that available? Because that will have a lot of these solved problems and questions, right? So that was one of the books that I recommended.
Yes, sir.
So do you have access to that?
No, sir. Currently, I don't have the author which you said right now. I don't have that book.
Let me just check this because it should be available in Amazon at least. It was last time. Just hold on 1 minute. Let me just check. Yeah, it's a bit costly, I guess. Okay, I'm keeping a note on this. I will check a few Indian authors up and see if their books can be used for this purpose. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I will update it in the class website if it's possible. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, next question, please.
Sir, my name is Divyansh Mishra. सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था कि गलती से कि सर मैं एग्जाम रजिस्ट्रेशन की डेट निकल गई है तो सर मैं कैसे भी करके एग्जाम रजिस्ट्रेशन कर सकता हूँ क्या?
So this is something that you will have to talk with the NPTEL people. You have to also take the assignments, right? So that's
Yes,
one
sir.
of the issues that will be there. So if any NPTEL person is there, you should contact them because registration and all of these things are handled not by me but the NPTEL organization team.
सो सर मैं कैसे कांटेक्ट कर सकता हूँ उनसे एनपीटीएल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से, क्योंकि मैंने सारे असाइनमेंट तो कर रखे हैं नॉर्मली, जितने भी अटेंड करें, बस गलती से मैं रजिस्ट्रेशन करने भूल गया था सर.
There is a host person here right now. So I'm not entirely sure what the policy is regarding this after the last date.
सर मैं होस्ट जो यहाँ पे होस्ट है एनपीटीएल एनओसी आईआईटीएम से, उनसे बात हो सकती है सर?
I don't know. There may be a automated system. I'm not entirely sure. So in the NPTEL, you have contact persons in the class website, correct?
सर इज ईमेल देयर बट मैंने जो ईमेल किए हैं उन्हें तो उनका रिप्लाई नहीं आता है सर।
Okay. You send me an email. I will see what can be done at my end. If it's allowable, I will try to allow it. Otherwise, it will be difficult. So that's the
ओके
main.
सर, मैं मीटिंग ग्रुप चैट पे मैं अपना ईमेल भेज रहा हूँ।
Yes, send me an email directly. You have my email address?
नो सर।
Okay, just 1 second. Where is the chat box here? Just 1 second. Yeah. Sorry, 1 second. What is your name?
सर दिव्यांश मिश्रा।
Divyansh Mishra, right?
यस सर, दिव्यांश मिश्रा।
Yes. Okay, in the chat box, I have sent my email address.
ओके सर। ओके, थैंक यू सर।
Send me a request. I will forward it and see what I can get. Okay. I
ओके
cannot
ओके सर।
promise you anything. All right. Next. Okay. Abhishek has asked whether calculator will be allowed. Yes, NPTEL has a calculator. So you cannot take a physical calculator. Okay. Those will be in the NPTEL rules. They will have a calculator software in the exam hall, as far as I understand. So that calculator you can use. Okay, any other questions? I'm seeing Andrew Joseph here. Okay, I am here. Please let me know if you have any further questions. So I will be
सर
here
एक
till
क्वेश्चन
4
और है।
p.m. Yes.
सर जो पेपर आएगा, जो मेन पेपर आता है, तो सर
हाँ.
उसमें जो क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, जैसे अगर आपने जो असाइनमेंट दे रखे हैं 12 असाइनमेंट्स, एक प्रैक्टिस असाइनमेंट और एक क्यूज असाइनमेंट, तो उन दोनों को अगर मैं पढ़ लूं अच्छे से, कुल मिला के सर 24 असाइनमेंट्स हो जाते हैं, अगर दोनों अलग अलग असाइनमेंट्स होते हैं तो। एक प्रैक्टिस असाइनमेंट, एक क्यूज असाइनमेंट।
Okay.
तो सर उन दोनों को अगर असाइनमेंट को मैं अच्छे से पढ़ लूं तो मैं नॉर्मली एक 70% स्कोर कर सकता हूँ असाइनमेंट के स्कोर को मिला के।
नहीं, एक minute. So every assignment will have a certain weightage, right? And then the
यस सर।
final exam will have a certain weightage. Okay, so you have to do the weekly assignments and submit on time to get the marks. And then
ओके
the final exam will have a weightage. Together you will get the marks.
Sir,
ओके
that
सर।
only he is asking whether that questions will come from the assignments what we have submitted. At least it will be
Okay.
beneficial for us.
यस
Okay,
सर।
so here some of the questions will be coming from the assignments. Some of them will be similar to what you are doing. So those two together will be 50% of the total questions. The rest 50% will be newer questions, but of course from the same course material. So nothing beyond the course material will be asked.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, please one request was there, sir.
Yes.
Among the whatever the assignments over till date, 6, 7 assignment, among that
Yes.
whatever numericals are there, no, sir, can we get
Yes.
the detailed solution for that in a PDF format so that we can
Dinesh,
complete solution?
Yes, sir.
detailed solution for all the numerical problems.
Yes, sir.
Can
They have
you and
been.
your TAs make them?
Yes. Yes, they were submitted to the NPTEL, so they will upload them shortly.
That was the final exam, right?
No, for the assignments also.
Okay. Okay. Then it's
Yes. I'll
Okay.
check with them and get it
fine.
done.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So I rarely open LinkedIn. That is why you cannot connect with me. I will check any new things have come. I will connect, add you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Akshay. You have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please tell me.
Sir, this may sound out of topic, sir, but shall I ask, sir?
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, I've been trying to do some research on any improvement on any natural on any renewable source, sir. So I've been thinking on any update or improvement in concentrated solar power. So do you have anything in mind or any idea on how we can improve concentrated solar power, sir, to make it more effective and effective than
See, I
solar?
do not personally do research on CSP technologies. Two areas where improvement. See, CSP is already a viable technology. So the way that we can improve CSP is probably to improve the amount of heat that can be captured from the solar. So for example, if there is a way to also collect more of the diffuse radiation through some advanced materials, that would also be useful. And the second is to limit heat losses. So losses of the heat from, say, converting that radiation into molten salt and then using that molten salt to further generate the power in steam turbine kind of systems, there will be significant amount of heat losses as well. So better insulation material, maybe kind of more advanced material that can absorb heat from diffuse radiation as well effectively. So those two are, I think, the best way we can think of from what I am seeing right now. But mostly it's a point of cost optimization, how to decrease the cost of the mirrors, how to reduce heat losses so that the efficiencies can be higher, so that it can compete effectively with photovoltaic systems.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
The other way is to do kind of, even if you have a low temperature heating systems, when there is not enough sun shining, if you have a low temperature thermodynamic cycle, like organic Rankine cycle and other things that can still effectively generate power, that may also be useful in that sense.
Okay, sir. So also, so last week I visited IIT Madras for
Okay.
lab visit and a conference regarding CCUS. So,
Okay.
I have a basic what it is we have been concentrating more on carbon capture in CCUS systems, but why aren't the focus going on NOx emissions, SOx emissions? So they are also very harmful to environment also.
So NOx and SOx emissions, there is already significant work that has been done to control NOx and SOx emissions. Okay. So a lot of this work will have to, so for example, the Bharat 6 standards or those standards, they are still behind what is required in, say, Europe or US. And we have to implement the existing technologies better to limit NOx and SOx emissions from stacks and, say, transportation. CCUS is something that is not yet mature. So even as a solution, it's not yet there. So large scale carbon capture and storage is significantly more challenging than minimizing NOx and SOx, because your the amount of NOx and SOx is lower than the amount of CO2 emissions that are happening. So while it is possible to reduce NOx and SOx emissions significantly, to do a carbon capture, so there is something called technology readiness levels. CCUS has lower technology readiness than, say, NOx and SOx emissions. So that's why there is a lot of R&D focused on CCUS.
Okay, sir. Yes.
So one is an implementation problem. So IITs don't like R&D does not work on that, right? So there is a policy that you have to invest. If you invest the technologies, then you can clean up the stack emissions from NOx and SOx. But here the technology is not yet there to be invested. So in the technology development stage, the CCUS systems.
Okay, sir.
Andrew, you are asking about digital twin. Can you explain this a little bit? Because digital twin helps us to optimize the entire process, right? So what exactly do you have in mind?
What is the status and the current situations and where we are heading,
In which technology?
in terms of microgrid technology and twin, digital twin, if we put together. So,
So I missed which technology it was. What did you say?
microgrid, sir.
Microbial cells.
Yes,
So
yes.
microbial cells can be used for multiple things. So you can use microbial cells to generate electricity. You can use microbial cells to generate hydrogen. So what sort of thing that you are thinking about in this
No,
one?
sir, I was thinking about microgrid and digital twin, like these two technology, like where are we current status and where are we heading to?
So digital twin primarily helps us to optimize the process. So we create a digital simulation with full controls of our entire process chain and then look at it and see where the optimization can happen. This is true for all types of systems. So you can create digital twins for entire like gas turbine power plants, large scale nuclear power plants. So it helps us to anticipate where the problems are going to be in future for an entire system with complete details and everything. So it is useful to look at a complex systems level analysis of where we can improve efficiency, where we can make more R&D gains like that. So there will be many applications. So in a microbial cell, the most important application I would say is improving the efficiency of microbial processes, because microbial processes suffer from the fact that they cannot be scaled up to as much of a degree as say thermal systems or electrical systems. So that is where they are lagging behind. Biological systems are lagging behind compared to chemical or electrical systems. So developing bioprocesses which can handle large volumes. So like large volumes of hydrogen production or large volumes of electricity production, if those things can be had, then microbial cells, whether they are fuel cells or electrolytic cells, can really become industrially viable at scale. So that is something that may be possible through a automation simulation system where we are looking at how to optimize the processes and even the kind of bacteria or algae that we are having to improve the performance efficiency.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Another question? Yeah, another question is, I'm a final year student in BTech Electrical and Electronic Engineering.
Yes.
So can you give some advice, like which project I can focus on due to the training research which is going on, and which will be more weightage when I'll be outside after this BTech? Thank you.
So are you talking regarding sustainable energy? Because since I am from mechanical, other fields I will not know well enough.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Basically in sustainable energy.
Smart grid is one strong place where electronic systems and smart controls will become very important. So at least in the Indian context, improving the grid as renewable penetration increases is a very urgent matter. So how do we balance the demand and the supply structure when renewable penetration is more than 50, 60, 70%, when there is a significant fluctuation of how much renewable energy you are getting from different sources? So that becomes a very important problem where electronics become electronic based control systems or smart controls become very important. So you can have you will have to balance different supply systems very intelligently at a very fast response systems to keep the grid stable, especially as the grid is also going to handle in future say EV electric vehicle load. So people will be plugging in vehicles at different points, and that will be an additional load in the electricity system. So as electricity penetrates more and more in all aspects, and it becomes more and more dependent on renewables with its intermittency issues, we would have to have a very sophisticated electronic grid system, electronically controlled grid for the power grid to control all of that. So that is one part where you can have a potential application. The other, of course, is very connected to this is controlling of HVAC systems in buildings, how to control the load balancing so that the buildings become more less dependent and more efficient in terms of how it is using its electricity to cool itself or to heat itself for various consumer or industrial uses. So those two things are very important going into the future.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anu Sankari, you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay.
So I have a doubt.
Yes.
So I heard the products required to make a solar photovoltaic, the energy source, actually creates 3 times more carbon footprint than using coal to generate the electricity itself. Also, I heard silicon is very temperature intensive and costly, which is actually the main material used in solar panels.
So your voice is a little bit not coming. So are you saying that you have read studies that shows solar panels are more carbon intensive than coal? That is what I'm hearing.
The products used for making photovoltaic panels.
Which one? Fluorides.
What's that?
Which mineral are you talking about?
I can't hear you properly, sir.
Hold on.
So he's saying the
Voice
products
is
used.
correct.
So
Hold on,
basically,
just 1 second. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Which mineral are you talking about?
So I'm not sure about the particular product, but in general, I heard that the products used for manufacturing solar voltaic cells would produce 3 times more carbon footprint than using fossil fuels or coal for generating the same amount of electricity.
That is very unlikely to be true. So I have seen life cycle greenhouse gas analysis for solar, wind, coal, biomass, and other things. There are a significant number of papers on that. If you go into Google Scholar, which is a reasonably good source, and do life cycle greenhouse gas emissions for different energy sources. All right. So in a life cycle greenhouse gas emission analysis, what they do is look at all the products that are coming and seeing the CO2 footprint of those products for a given amount of usable energy or usable electricity. So there, I think wind or solar are way lower than coal, almost certainly, significantly lower. So the studies that you are quoting, I highly doubt that they are correct.
Okay, sir.